Quaven. I am typically a video game streamer, but I'm also a big Formula One fan, and I wanted to, on stream and on YouTube, put my driver and constructor standings predictions up and make it set in stone so that I can either be made fun of or show how much of a genius I am. All right, so a lot of my viewers don't know much about Formula One. I have a few that I talk about Formula One with, so we're going to do this somewhat quickly. But this will live in infamy. These are going to be my predictions. So there are 20 drivers, excuse me. me, mama, moo. There are 20 drivers in Formula One, and there are 10 constructors. So as you see above me, there are 20 spots for driver standings and 10 spots for constructor standings. I'm going to give my predictions for the finishing order. We're not going to find this out. I think it's till November of this year how close I'm going to be on this. All right, let's begin. So there are 10 teams, as you can see, 10 constructors. Each team has 2 cars, 2 drivers. The cars are similar. They're supposed to be the same, but you never know if they are the same or not. But here's how we're going to start it. Unsurprisingly, I'm going to vote for my favorite driver and considered by many to be the GOAT, greatest of all time, now holds many of the drivers' records right now. Lewis Hamilton, number 1. If you're going to type that swaggin', make sure you spell it right. It's Q-A-E-V-Y-N. Lewis Hamilton is going to officially etch himself in stone as the greatest of all time, with 8 drivers' championships, tied with Michael Schumacher for 7th. Beat the record for most wins last season. Is going to now win the record for most drivers' championships. And now we get to the more surprising stuff. So Hamilton's going to be 1. Number 2. Dutch boy Max Verstappen is going to come in 2nd place. Driver for Red Bull Racing. Hasn't finished in 2nd place yet, but has a lot of wins. Could break the record for most wins without a championship this season. Yeah, I have my Golf Blitz stuff up, don't I? I don't mean to have that. I'm supposed to have it like this. There we go. So Max Verstappen is going to come in 2nd place. F1 Racing does have fantasy. We're going to start a team today. All right, so this isn't terribly surprising because Hamilton and Verstappen have been battling with each other for a few years now, where it starts to get a little bit more surprising with my predictions. This is my first bold prediction. Charles Leclerc is going to come in 3rd place. We just finally, I knew it was going to happen. We got our first person saying, when will you play Golf Blitz? People don't pay attention. It's Friday. And I put on my Discord. Follow my Discord, everybody. I put all this stuff in here, what we do. We're not playing Golf Blitz today. We don't usually on Fridays. Anyway, Charles Leclerc, Ferrari driver, is going to come in 3rd place. Had a rough season last season. There's Snickers. I'm doing my Formula One predictions. We're starting a fantasy team, fantasy league, Snickers. I'm going to try it. Snickers is the one that let me know about, clued me in to the fantasy league. I did the fantasy league last season. I just didn't do a custom league. All right, so that's my top 3 in driver standings. Leclerc I think is a little bit of a bold choice. And then how about this? Sergio Perez going to come in 4th place in the driver standings next season. There's a big name that's missing from that. From the top 4. There's a really big name that's missing from the top 4. That you guys who are into Formula One, you might be thinking, what are you doing? How come you haven't put Valtteri Bottas? Well, guess what? He's not even going to come in 5th place. Carlos Sainz is going to come in 5th place. Carlos Sainz is going to have a great season. He's not going to be as good as Leclerc. Not far off. Not far, Snickers. Snickers says Snuffin' Boy Ricardo. That's the top 5. Valtteri Bottas is not going to finish in the top 5 this season. Going to have a rough season. Other teams are going to catch up a bit to Mercedes this season. Juicy wants another hydrate. The Juicy will get it. 6th place, Valtteri Bottas. Bottas is going to have a rough season. The pressure is going to get to him this season. He's going to come in 6th place. He might get a win or two, but he's going to make some mistakes, and he's going to start to get beat by some of the other drivers, and is going to have a decline this season. And Hamilton's going to stay on point and on form. Going to, unfortunately, start the unraveling of Valtteri Bottas, which is going to happen this season. Blast from the past. 7th place. Lenny says can't see Bottas in 6th. It's a bold prediction. It's a very bold prediction. Will probably come in 2nd, but I'm putting him in 6th. Fernando Alonso coming back. Going to come in 7th place. How about that? Snickers probably won't be happy about about that. But I'm putting Alonso coming back. 7th place, followed by Daniel Ricciardo's going over to McLaren. 8th place. It's still going to be a good season. 8th place is still pretty good. 8th place for Daniel Ricciardo. So now from the rest of it, I don't have a whole bunch of huge surprises, but in 9th place I have our boy Sebastian Vettel. 9th place is actually going to be a good season for Vettel, which is interesting because he was a Ferrari driver last season and came in 13th, I think. So Vettel's going to be 9th place in the pink car, or what was the pink car? I don't know what it's going to look like this season. But it was Racing Point and is now, what is it going to be? I forgot to change the name of what it's going to become. It's Aston Martin, isn't it? Racing Point's turning into Aston Martin, right? I might call it Racing Point today. We'll see. Wolfrion got the sharpshooter mask. Nice. That's a Golf Blitz. It is, okay, so it is Aston Martin. 10th place. Continuing on from a pretty fantastic 2020 season, Pierre Gasly, AlphaTauri driver, going to come in 10th place. 10th place, a race winner last season in Italy, Pierre Gasly, 10th place. 11th place, Lando Norris is going to have kind of a rough season. Sorry, Norris. Lando Norris going to have a rough season. 11th place. I am anticipating Norris having a little bit of trouble this season. I like Lando Norris, so I hope it doesn't happen. I just have a feeling that Norris and Bottas are both going to have some down seasons this time. Lance Stroll's going to come in 12th place, which is not that bad, but it's going to be 3 behind Sebastian Vettel, his new teammate. Sergio Perez got the boot and is going to go up to 4th because got hired by Red Bull. Got the boot and ended up going to a better team. Stroll's going to come in 12th. 13th after Stroll, Esteban Ocon. Ocon will be in 13th place. Going to have a little bit of a rough season as well. Sorry, Ocon. But you're going to be 13th place. And then I don't have the little special characters, but I'm going to spell his name as closely as I can. Kimi Räikkönen's going to have a decent season. 14th place. It's weird to think that Kimi Räikkönen, former series champion, is going to have a decent season in 14th place, but is driving for Alfa Romeo. And that's actually going to be about the best that he's going to be able to do. It's 14th place. 15th. New driver. Tsunoda. Going to be teammates with Gasly, who's going to be 10th place. Be a bit of a learning curve. I think he's going to have a good season, but it's going to make a few mistakes. Coming to 15th place, which is about where that car should be. But Gasly's going to overperform and come in 10th place. And then, speaking of overperforming, George Russell's going to come in 16th place. Going to outperform the Williams, which is going to be a better car this year, but it's still going to be a Williams. And it's going to be in 16th place. Quite a bit ahead of his teammate, by the way, who's not going to finish in 17th because Antonio Giovinazzi is finishing in 17th place. Raikkonen's teammate going to have a rough season with Alfa Romeo, finishing 17th. Let's finish things out. There's 2 new drivers that haven't been listed yet. Familiar name, but a new driver. Mick Schumacher is going to come in 18th place. Eclipse is getting very demanding. Yes, Tsunoda is a Japanese driver. Very good driver. Very talented. Is going to be good, but it's going to be a rough beginning season, I think, for Tsunoda. Mick Schumacher, Michael Schumacher's son, 18th place, ahead of his controversial teammate, Nikita Mazepin, who's going to come in 19th place. 19th place for Nikita Mazepin. Eclipse is definitely not a member of the Discord because it says he has no idea what I'm doing. 20th place and last. There's only one driver left. Nicholas Latifi. 20th place. Unfortunately, that's about where the Williams is supposed to be. Just George Russell's going to overperform. And then constructors. So these are the driver standings. That's going to be 1 through 20. It's now set in stone. This is how it will be, I promise. Constructor standings. The season doesn't start for another month, by the way. Constructor standings, unsurprisingly. Oh, I don't have the right to... Hold on. I want to fix my font. There we go. Mercedes. I'm just going to put Mercedes. Mercedes-Benz, whatever. Mercedes coming in first place. Going to win again. Going to win the record for most Constructors' Championships in a row. Second place. What the heck, man? Hold on. I want it to look better than that. Red Bull. Red Bull's coming in second place. Second place for Red Bull. Ferrari's gonna rush back and come into third place. Going to solidify themselves again as a top 3 team. I think they're going to be strong this next season. Red Bull does give you wings. Ferrari had a really rough season last season, but it's going to come back strong. Alpine, formerly Renault, is going to be our 4th place constructor. How about that? That's a little bit bold. Going to be the best of the rest, some say. Feel like some of your rationale, why isn't driver number 1 going to come in 50th because driver 2 is going to? True. Absolutely true, 1776. 5th place. Oops. There's no, it's just McLaren, right? For McLaren. However you spell it, McLaren's coming in 5th place, which is still pretty good. McLaren. 6th place. I have Racing Point down, but it's not Racing Point. It is Aston Martin. So I'm going to put down Aston Martin. It's going to be 6th place, which is not bad. They did better than this last year. I don't remember where they finished. What, they were 4th last season? I do like Red Bull. Yeah, okay, I got it. I spelled it right. 1776 says I spell McLaren, $, $. Agreed. Okay, we're almost done. AlphaTauri. Coming in 7th place. 8th place, Alfa Romeo, the other Alpha. Gotta hydrate. Cheers. I put all my announcements in announcements. Put up a thing about what we're doing today. And we're almost done with this because we only have 2 spots left. This is probably not surprising. Haas followed by Williams, our constructor standings. This is now set in stone. These are my predictions. Today is February 19th, 2021. They haven't even really started testing yet, so I'm being bold by predicting all of this. They've done some shakedowns, but that's it. We don't really know anything about how good the teams are going to be this season, but these are my predictions.